This is the Back to School Night presentation for economics. I'm John Fitzsimmons, your son or daughter's economics teacher this semester. So, once again, my name's John Fitzsimmons. This is my 7th year at Lourdes. The majority of the students in this course I actually had 2 years ago as sophomores in global history, and I have to say that was an awesome year that unfortunately was cut short, at least in-person instruction. So I'm very excited and happy to once again have your son or daughter in class. So this is the email that I can be reached at. This is also our phone number with the extension if you wish to call to contact me. So I'm from the area. I actually went to Arlington. And after Arlington, I went to Siena College where I earned a political science degree. And then I went to Marist College and earned my MED, my Master's in Education. Economics, this is a course that explores basic economic concepts such as scarcity, division of labor, productivity, supply and demand, and equilibrium. Economics is known as a survey course, at least at Lourdes here. It's a survey or a general overview of basic economic concepts. So once again, we see many of the same topics here in just key point form. So once again, scarcity, division of labor, productivity, supply and demand, and equilibrium. And there will be projects to help the students in their awareness and understanding of certain points in economics. Students will study the major concepts related to the field, and they'll be able to apply what they've learned into real-world scenarios. There may even be some current events in the course. There's going to be a writing assignment on water scarcity that the students will be working on in a couple weeks, so that'll be their first applied practice assignment. They'll learn the basic skills necessary to begin budgeting and planning for their economic futures, and critical thinking skills to apply concepts learned and discussed in class. In a usual day, it's going to begin with a do now assignment. In some cases, it might just be continuing to work on a project. There's going to be time in class allotted for students to work on any projects or essays, research papers that they need to conduct. But typically, we're going to have a do now at the beginning of the period. It may be a question or two. It may be some review in preparation for an assessment. But it will always be posted in Canvas in the module for whatever chapter it is under the heading Do Now Assignments. And after working on the do now for a few minutes, briefly discussing it, we'll have a lesson, and in some cases it'll be a lecture, in others it might be a classwork assignment, and in others still it'll be a project that once again will apply some of the concepts that have been learned in class. Google Drive or Google Suite is going to be very useful. So in the Google Suite there's Google Drive, and I'm strongly recommending that students create a folder, title it Economics. That way they know how to access everything. So obviously that folder that would be in the student's Google Drive would not act differently than a paper folder would, where it keeps everything in one place. And if the student wants to be really organized, which I definitely endorse, they could even create a folder for each individual chapter that we're going over in that folder to help organize things even more, to add that extra layer of organization. And students will put their do now assignments as well as any class notes in their folder in their Google Drive. All assignments and work for class can be found on Canvas. Once again, they're organized into modules by chapter. I always give my students multiple days to complete an assignment. So yes, this is Tuesday the 14th as I'm speaking. The second day of classes. On the first day, I had assigned the students an information sheet, which hopefully you're aware of, and it was due on Wednesday at the end of the day. And so if I assign something on a Monday, it'll be due on a Wednesday. A Wednesday, it would be due on a Friday. If I assign something on a Friday, I'm going to make it due Monday night, just because that way if a student has a busy weekend with work or commitments, or they have to go out of town or what have you, they still have some time on Monday to complete that assignment. And I also have another opportunity to remind them of that. And if students don't submit homework on time, they will be hearing from me. You will be CC'd on that email, as well as school counseling. That way we address the problem early on if there is a pattern of missing homework assignments. The grading structure, writing assignments or projects, as well as tests, that's going to comprise 40% of the student's grade. Quizzes are 30%. Daily work, the occasional classwork assignment, as well as homework, will be 20%. And class participation is 10%. Should you have any questions, this is my email once again. And thank you for listening to this presentation, and enjoy the rest of your day.